Hello, and welcome to the Fiddle webinar. Today we'll be talking about kitting and bundling your products. And we're excited to show a feature in Fiddle that makes this actually a lot more easy. So we're pretty excited about this, and we think that it could be really useful to reduce some of the toil and headache that goes into just staying on top of your inventory if you're offering bundles and SKUs. So let's just jump right into it and start with some examples. This is something that we're all familiar with, and so this should be pretty straightforward, right? We've all been to e-commerce sites where we see this, or you might actually offer something like that on your website. It's just a variety pack of 3, and it's an easy way to bundle some of your products together so that your customers can try a couple things out. Here's another example. You can do like a beginner's kit or a starter kit. And this is a good way to increase your sales on your website as well. And so here's a variety pack, very similar, but you can offer all sorts of different sizes and configurations. And while that's great for the customer, right? And studies actually show that customers absolutely love these type of bundles. It can add headache to you on the back end, trying to figure out how to actually account for all the inventory, all the SKUs that you're selling. So let's talk about the why, right? Let's just jump into that a little bit. The obvious one is that it's a pretty straightforward way to boost your average order value, particularly if you sell something that's not very expensive. With shipping costs the way that they are, and how they've increased over the last little while, you really need to get your average order value up in order to make it worth it to send this to your customer. And so bundling and kitting is a very easy way to do this. Also increasing your gross profit. Often you can bundle a higher margin product with a lower margin product, and that can increase your profit per order. And then also the other huge advantage here, and I think not enough people think about this, but it's a great way to introduce more of your products to your customers, to have them try additional flavors or to try other product lines that you might offer. And so if you want to lift on a certain product line, a bundle is a great way to do that. So just a couple more reasons why you might want to do this. There's just been a lot of study on this, obviously. And so in the e-commerce world, buy one, get one promotions are customers' favorites by far. And it just shows that 66% of consumers say that that is their favorite, but 93% of consumers say that they've purchased buy one, get one offer at least once. And so, the verdict is out. Customers just love that type of deal. Also for e-commerce sites, upselling is 20x more effective than trying to cross-sell. And you can do this easily with a bundle. And then if you have an issue where you want to maybe reduce your return rates, it's suggested that you can try offering a bundle and then have something in there labeled a free gift. And that's actually been shown to reduce return rates. And so research has been ongoing on this subject, but just globally, if you look at all the e-commerce sites out there, 10 to 30% of all e-commerce revenue comes from upselling or cross-selling via product bundles. And so if you're not already doing it, it's definitely something you should be doing. And I think what we'll talk about next is some of the complication that comes on the back end by offering some of these bundles. Most of the e-commerce sites out there, like a Shopify or WooCommerce or Wix, they actually make it pretty easy to create the bundles, but you have inventory challenges to make sure that you're actually consuming or depleting the right product or the right SKU. And so that's one of the motivations for Skew Mapping, but let's dig into it just a little bit more. So why is it complicated? On your website, the bundle or the kit is often treated as its own SKU, but each of the products in the bundle are also their own SKU. And many people find that they don't actually want to pre-kit or pre-bundle these items at their fulfillment center or in their own warehouse. It's something that they want to do on the fly. When an order comes in for a bundle, they want to be able to know, okay, what do they need to go pick on the, on the shelves, on the bins, and then what do they need to actually ship out to their customer. So when you sell a bundle or a kit, your website has no way of knowing that it needs to deplete an individual SKU from inventory. Or it can be tricky, or it can lead to lots of spreadsheets. It can lead to just an increased area for mistake for a lot of customers. And so that's why it gets a little bit tricky. What you don't want also is just to accidentally, to offer a bundle or kit and it's hitting with your customers, it's doing really well, but you're stocking out because you're unsure what's actually being shipped out and how much you actually have in stock. So these are some of the things that Fiddle can help with. And of course, whenever you mess up or you stock out, it leads to lost revenue and it leads to unhappy customers. And so we built Skew Mapping. So what is Skew Mapping? It is tracking the inventory levels of the individual SKUs that are sold in a bundle, pack, and a bundle or a kit, and the SKU of the bundle or kit itself. So let's actually show you how this works. I think it seems more complicated than it is, but I think the way that we've built this, it's pretty straightforward. Anybody can do this. So here I've set up an example here as a bar company. Let's say that I sell 3 main products. I've got a blue bar, a red bar, and a green bar. And I've got 100 of each of those in stock. And then I've also got a couple of these other things, which are a mystery flavor bar. And you can see that I'm showing that I don't have any in stock because this isn't actually something that we stock. This is mystery flavor. It may be one of these bars that we send out. And then I've also got the example of a variety pack where you want to offer all 3 of these as a single line item on your e-commerce site. And so let's go into the configuration for Skew Mapping, how it works. So we'll go into the variety pack first. And so here you'll see that I have a SKU. This is needed. If you don't have a SKU for the thing you're trying to SKU map, Fiddle will just tell you that, hey, you need to add a SKU, and that's pretty straightforward. So Skew Mapping just lives right here. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm basically telling Fiddle, whenever you see this SKU, I want you to deplete or consume a blue bar, a green bar, and a red bar. And of course, these numbers can be different. You can say, you can set up your kit so that you can consume 5 of these blue bars if you want. But since I'm calling this a 3-pack, I'll just go ahead and do it that way. So that's the configuration. Now let's actually see what happens when we sell something. And so I will actually go to sales orders, and I'm going to create a new sales order. I have a customer called a bar customer, just for this example. And let's just say that this sale came in from Shopify. Now I'm creating this sales order manually, but of course you can automate this by turning on the Shopify integration, which will just bring these orders straight over from Shopify and do largely the same thing. So let's say that I sold a variety pack, 3 bars. And for this example, I'll just keep it pretty simple. Let's just say $8. I sold 1 of these, and I'll approve the sales order, and I'll show you what happens on the back end. Behind the scenes, what we're actually doing is we found the Skew Mapping for this particular 3-bar variety pack. So when you go to fulfillment, you'll see that it's actually changed everything to 1 order or 1 quantity of each of these. So I have 1 blue bar, 1 green bar, 1 red bar. And there's a little helpful hint here, which tells you that how the mapping was actually done. And so when you go to fulfill this, instead of trying to fulfill a variety pack, what you're actually fulfilling is one of each of these items. And then when you go to the depletion section where it shows what will actually be consumed as kind of a preview of what will happen, you'll see that it's going to deplete one of each of these from this location. And here's the lot numbers that it's going to use for each of those. So you can just hit ship and that transaction would occur. And so hopefully this feature is really straightforward as to how it works. And you can see how it doesn't actually require you to do much additional work, or if any at all. So let me show you the example for that mystery flavor. So again, let's remind ourselves, I've got a mystery flavor here. And if I look at the skew mapping, this has been mapped to one red bar. So let's go create a sales order for that. So I'll create a sales order for the bar customer again. I'll say it's from Shopify. And I will add one bar to this. Actually, let's add 5, quantity 5 of the mystery bars, right? And I'll just put in $10 here. So if I approve this and I go to the fulfillment, you'll see that it's been mapped to 5 red bars, as you'd expect. So quantity 5 of that SKU has been mapped to quantity 5 of that particular item. Again, when you go to fulfill these items, it will deplete 5 items from inventory from that particular location. And so hopefully you can see how you can offer these promotions and these configurations of the bundles and the kits on your website to your customers. And with Fiddle, you can easily make sure that you're actually depleting the right items from inventory without any extra effort. By doing this, instead of in a spreadsheet or something like that, this will help you to reduce errors and will help you to not stock out of these individual items. And it helps you just gain visibility into what's actually happening as you're selling each of these items. So we always have promotions going on. If you go to fiddle.io, easiest way to find out our latest promotion is just go to fiddle.io and then just click on the request a demo here. You'll be able to talk to one of our salespeople. We can talk about your process, how you might use skew mapping, and any other inventory needs that you might need. And make sure to join us on other webinars as they come up. We generally try to do this every Thursday, and you should see a banner on our website for the next one. Appreciate you joining me today. I hope you see how Fiddle could help you in your business. We would love to talk to you. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.